Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. You're watching me on Fiji Brown. It's another episode of The Goals. That's chapter 2. Today we'll be taking chapter 2. So stay tuned. If you haven't subscribed, please do so. And if you are my old friend, just like and comment. So the title of today's chapter is Taking Charge of Your Life. We'll just go straight to the quote. So Abraham Graham Bell once said that a man, as a general rule, owes very little to what he is born with. A man is what he makes of himself. So looking at this quote, if you are born into a poor family, it doesn't naturally mean that you are going to be poor. It will have an impact on you, like a little effect on you, but you are what you make of yourself. I want to do this, and you do it. Like, so that's what a man is. So they can give birth to you as a poor boy, but like you grow up to be rich. If you are born into poverty, you should know that you can change it for generations to come. So we are getting started. In order to take charge of your life, in order to take control of your life, you have to let go one thing, and that's negative emotions. Negative emotions are the worst enemies of success. Negative emotions, like you thinking, oh, I can't make it, I can't do this. I already told you in the previous video that your mind tunes to what you always think about. You see, so if you're always thinking about negative emotions, like you are going to be negative and it will affect you. If you want to be truly like happy and successful, you have to let go the negative emotions like inferiority complex, jealousy, envy. Even though some of them, like jealousy like this, is a bit good, or it will make you try to compete with people. You don't have to let it become intense. You have to learn how to let go of those negative emotions. And once you let go of negative emotions, the positive emotions start flowing. So one of the causes of negative emotion is justification. You justify like why you are feeling negative. Okay, you become angry. Maybe they've sacked you from your job, and then you become angry at the boss. Justify the anger by saying that I'm doing this for the company, I'm doing that for the company. So like, why should he sack me? And the harm has already been done. Like, you have been sacked. So like, stop justifying the anger. It's not like if you become angry at him, he's going to bring you back. So just accept it. Like, don't waste your time. Those things. Be thinking, how can I get a new job? Like, where should I apply? If I apply here, will they give me? Those kind of things. So as you think about how to get a new job, I don't think you have time even justifying like why they sacked you or why you are angry with your boss because he sacked you. So negative emotions only stay if we try to justify them. So the second cause of negative emotion is rationalization and making excuses. Some of us, we do some things, we know that, oh, this thing that I've done is not good, but like when people come and tell us, we then begin to like give a nice excuse, a very nice excuse that will actually be rational. It will be rational, okay, but we know that what we've done is actually wrong, but we are finding an excuse that sounds good to fit into the situation so that it will justify what we did. You see, so if you keep on rationalizing and making excuses, even though you know that, oh, you are wrong, then I don't think you are even ready to be successful, because you keep on making excuses. Then by the time you see like you've grown old and your life was full of excuses, when you do something wrong, just accept it. Oh, this is wrong. So the third thing that causes negative emotions is accepting the opinions of others. Even though you have your other self, where you yourself, you can't see it yourself except another person tells you. Some of us, we follow the opinion of others, and then we even forget our self-worth. We don't know who we really are because we're always thinking like, this is what this one is saying about me. And if you are always thinking about the opinion of others, and the opinion of others is like negative, it's going to give you a negative perception of yourself, and that's when you start to feel inferior, thinking that you can't do anything because that's what your other self is, but you've forgotten your own self, the self that you know. What do you say about yourself? What do you think about yourself? What is in you? So like, you have to rise above the opinion of others, but you take into consideration the opinion of others, and sometimes So the last thing I would like to talk about with respect to causes of negative emotions is blaming others. Blaming others. When something happens to you, you look, oh, maybe this, I did this, oh, I didn't do this, I did this, I did this. That's what you should be thinking. But you, if your job is just to be blaming others every time, and maybe you had a group work, and then, oh, you scored maybe 2, and then you start, oh, so it's because this guy didn't do this. No, you too, you are part of the group. Maybe you too, you didn't do something, you see. So stop blaming others and like, just accept responsibility. Like, know that, oh, because maybe it's because I didn't do this, even though others may count, but still blame yourself sometimes. Don't blame others all the time. Take responsibility of yourself. That's even the worst of all the negative emotion, blaming others. So blaming others is like the trunk of the tree. When you cut it, all the fruits will fall. Like when you just let go of that negative emotion of blaming others, I bet you wouldn't justify yourself, because in justification you would like to say why your actions are correct and why the other person is wrong, and that's like blaming the person. And in making excuses, you make excuses in such a way that you are not in the picture. You actually blame others. So like blaming is the root cause of negative emotions. So when you let go the negative emotion of blaming others, I think we are getting there. If you want to let go of those emotions, you have to stop justifying yourself. Stop making excuses and rationalizing your decisions or actions you've taken. And then you have to rise above the opinion of others, even though you will take it into consideration sometimes. And then the last one is stop blaming it on others and accept responsibility. You have negative emotions, just say to yourself, I am responsible. I am the reason why this is happening. And then I think when you start accepting responsibility for what you have done, then it's going to, in the long run, help. So one way to also let go your negative emotion of maybe holding grudges with people is to forgive others. Like, get yourself busy doing other things that you don't even have time to be thinking about what the person did to hurt you. Just forgive and forget about it. Allah even says in Quran chapter 64 verse 14 that, oh, you who believe, amongst your wives and your children are enemies to you, so beware of them. But if you pardon and overlook and forgive, then indeed Allah is forgiving and merciful. So even in the Quran it is there that you should forgive. Allah said that you should know your enemies. You should know them. Oh, there are enemies among your family members. You should know them, but you should forgive them and just beware of them. Know that they are there, but forgive them. So in order to let go of that negative emotion of anger and like grudges in you, you have to forgive. Once you accept total responsibility for the things you do, there are no limits to what you can achieve, because you are always saying, oh, I am the cause, oh, I have done it, and then what can I do differently? What can I do to improve upon the mistakes that I've made? Positive emotions like you being yourself, thinking about how to improve upon yourself, being happy, like just thinking of positive things like joy, peace, they empower. But as you think of negative emotions, they're going to bring you down, make you feel that, oh, you are nothing, you can't do what this one is doing, you can't do anything differently, and they will just disempower you. In order to take charge of your own life, you have to feel like a president. Feel like a president of your own life. Hello, Mr. President. You control every aspect of your life. You have this kind of mindset, you being the president and you being responsible for every aspect of your life, then I think it's going to help you a lot. So as a president of your life, you have to see, what are my talents? How can I develop them? Plan ways to develop them. And then after you are done planning, then you now follow those steps and start developing yourself as the president of your own life. You are taking control of your own life step by step, one by one. If you have identified your talent and then you want to develop them, you have to invest. You have to do what it takes in order to actually develop those talents. And remember, like, no one is going to do it for you. You are going to do it for yourself. You are very much the architect of your own life. You are the captain of your own soul. Nobody is going to do it for you. And the truth have to take the wheel of your life, take control of your life, and stop whining and complaining about past events. Past events are past. Orient yourself to look into yourself. What can I do in order to better my future? Past events wouldn't come back. So in wasting your time thinking about the past, you are going to waste the time you should have been using to think about your future. The only time you should even think of going back to the past to see what happened is maybe you want to learn from your mistakes. So you go back to the past, dig through, what did I do wrong? What didn't I do? And Brian Tracy talked about the golden triangle. We have the golden triangle. Responsibility, 1. Self-control, 2. And then happiness. These 3 go together. Why do I say so? The more you accept responsibility of your life, the more you take control of your life. And the more you take control of your life, the more confident you become and you become happy. And the more happy you become, then you start to set bigger goals and more challenging goals for yourself, which you will achieve. The starting point of goal setting is to think, to tune your mind into the fact that you have unlimited potential, and then you can achieve whatever you want to achieve. You can be whatever you want to be. You can have whatever you want to have. Just if you have the mindset that you are going to invest in it, you are going to actually develop yourself into those things. You are going to actually make those things come true. If you tune your mind into those things, then you are really going to make it. And the second part of goal setting is to accept complete responsibility for your life. Stop blaming others and then just accept whatever comes and work on yourself. So with these 2 concepts in mind, believing that you have unlimited potential and you can achieve whatever you want and whatever you want to be and whatever you want to have. And then secondly, taking responsibility of your own life, taking control of your own life and not blaming others. So you are ready to move to the next step, and that's creating your own future. So I want you to always remind yourself that you are where you are and what you are because of what you have done or what you have failed to do. You are very much the architect of your own life, and so no one is going to do it for you. The unavoidable truth is no one really cares. So the questions I would like you to take today and ask yourself is, what is the problem that brings you the negative emotion? Where is the source of the negative emotion? Find the source of the negative emotion and work on letting go that negative emotion. And then resolve to not blaming others, accepting responsibility for yourself and not making excuses. And then thirdly, be the president of your life. Determine how you can plan your life. Determine how you can take control of your life. And then the goal I want you to achieve is be the president of your life and stop thinking about what others think about you. Realize your own self-worth. So guys, that was the second chapter of Brian Tracy's goals. I hope you really